The American Association of University Women, founded in 1881, advances equity for women and girls through advocacy, education, philanthropy, and research. The Salem Branch was founded in Lausanne Hall, Willamette University campus on October 21, 1922. Our oral history project is a record of our lifetime members who worked tirelessly for over 50 years to make women and girls a priority. They kept our branch going and thriving. They came before us and led the way. We are honored to present the stories and reflections of Jo Bateman.
My full name is Josephine Elizabeth Stewart Bateman, and I was born in Hinsdale, New Hampshire. It was January 31, 1922. I had a next-door neighbor, but at that time, who was a member, but at that time, the college where I graduated from was like OCE. It was a Keene Teachers College, and I was not eligible to be an AAUW member. So later, they changed the name to Keene State College, and once they did, then I was able to join. And so that's over 50 years ago that happened, but I'd always been impressed and had wanted to join. When I first joined, it seemed as though they always had me as a greeter. I used to be at the door to greet people, and I loved doing that. I loved doing that. When I went back to teaching, I had the two boys and then Melinda, and when Melinda got to be in second grade, I started doing a little bit of substitute teaching, and I decided it was like cooking in somebody else's kitchen. You didn't know where the ingredients were, so I didn't like substituting at all. And then this Head Start opening came up, and it was 6 hours a day. And so I got involved, and I was a Head Start teacher then for several years. And then the last 10 years, I was back in the public schools out at Salem Heights. But when I was with Head Start, the teachers here were all certified teachers, and some of the Head Start programs did not have certified teachers. So our salaries were much higher than some of their teachers' salaries. So that was when they were going to eliminate us, and that's when I got a job in the regular Salem public schools. And at that time, Head Start met in the public schools. We waited until a school session started, and any school that had an extra classroom would open it up to Head Start. So that's how we got our location. And at that time, Head Start, I'm sure it still does, you made home visits, and you would take supplies with you that the parents could use with their children. I always entered a house and tried to find something positive. I remember one lady, she had her scissors hanging from the ceiling, and I commended her on that, that it was where the children couldn't get to them and hurt themselves, and yet she knew where they were. And I think as a national organization that we have made some progress. We certainly have had people who were unjustly paid, and AAUW has certainly helped those people bring their cases to court and get some good results. Worked for Goodyear, the tire company, did the same work that men did, and didn't realize for several years that she wasn't paid what she was really worth. And I just don't understand why we ever reached that stage where women's value was not as great as that as a man. Mm-hmm. If you do the same work, you should be paid the same as a man. I think it's great that we are encouraging the young people to try different things. And I know Barbara Hanneman's two girls were really great at math, and they ended up being math teachers. And so, yeah, so we need to just let the girls know that they can do as well as boys in those fields.